What happened to all of my topics? Okay, bye.
You're always on the phone or doing something, cussing somebody, beating somebody up, and some more stuff every time. How y'all doing?
Hello, Savannah.
All right. How y'all doing?
And surrounding counties and people that fled to Atlanta.
I didn't flee.
You did.
I did not flee. I was on my way up here anyway tomorrow. I'm up here every Labor Day weekend for 4 days. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Boy, as soon as they said there's a storm coming, you said, pack it up, Tanya. Pack it up.
Tanya is not here. Tanya is in Florida somewhere. Anyway, how y'all doing tonight? Jamal, why you looking like that? You down there next to Flawless. You ought to be you in good company. You next to Flawless down there.
Of course, I appreciate Flawless. I appreciate her.
Oh, hey.
But I ain't happy right now. I'm trying to figure out how when we backstage, you gonna tell everybody that the people can see the stuff via your page, but you don't tell me that or Rontel that, so people can't. When they saw Rontel that, my people, I can tell them that I can go and share it to them immediately. But like I say, it's a conspiracy against Rontel. That I understand that.
Jules,
so
I take this.
and flawless.
Jules,
This is what
I
feeling.
take this.
This is
I
the
can
high
take it
school.
for you.
This is the high
I
school
take that,
right here.
Jules.
This is the high school right here. Warriors, flawless.
Hey,
Flawless.
Jules.
I ain't forgot. You thought I was gonna forget that. That's when I come back. But we
He ain't
love
paying
you, flawless.
attention.
Well, you know what it was in Julius's defense. I asked the question,
Nah.
and we have not because we asked not. Jesus,
Nah.
Well,
I'm just saying,
because
Did
he
you
had me run around the streets of Savannah out there in the hurricane. He ain't. They're gonna tell me you got 30 minutes to get back. What the? 30 minutes to get back to your show. Even RG was like, he like a slave driver to you, Jamal. Yeah.
Hey,
Sean,
man, listen.
hey,
Bernard,
I got you. Hey, let me handle it. I got you. Jules, we communicated. You told me that you will have me on your page and YouTube on my show. That's what you told me. We communicated. I don't know what Jesus is talking about. He don't listen, and he always wants somebody to run and tell that. I got you.
And then here go Bernard. Bernard even came on Run Tell That. He like, hey everybody, hey fellas. He don't even tell me nothing. See that? It's a god doggone talking conspiracy. Bernard right there on the show. Bernard don't even say. But okay, I got you.
I said, hello fellas. I said,
right,
hello,
you said,
fellas.
but you ain't had to say Jamal. Y'all need to go. I'm doing the Julius. You ain't had to even say that to me. You ain't even say that.
Facebook has us in jail. You still was on YouTube and you had over 350 people watching you.
Yeah, I sent it on via YouTube. I could have done Facebook too, but guess what? That's how you do us. That's right. The Little Brother Show. All y'all got marathon shows, but I ain't saying nothing. My sister Chandra, she gonna have her a telethon show. Uncle Sean, he gonna have him a comedy telethon show. Bernard America After Dark. That's already a marathon show, but I got you. Flawless, you joining this family of them right now.
We're gonna talk with Flawless in a second.
Boy.
Sean, Uncle Sean, how you doing? You safe over there?
Yeah. Look like the wind want to pick up now. Look like they want to pick up now at anything. So
okay, well, if you go out, we know why. Because the hurricane is approaching.
He got that voodoo.
Okay, tonight we want to welcome Charlie is out. Robert will be here after a while. He's dealing with an issue, and Tiffany is she's handling her governmental duties. So we want to say hey to all of them, and we want to welcome tonight our special guest all the way from the ATL by way of Miami, Florida, Mrs. Flawless from Hot 2100 Radio. Y'all make sure y'all give her a warm welcome. Hey, Flawless.
I don't think Jamal is a warm welcome.
I've been listening to you guys' app. I like it. I did it. Yes. I like it.
Hey, Sandra, you need to go to her YouTube. Lord have mercy.
Oh, okay.
Renard. P Valley.
Oh, okay. I like that. I love
P Valley, Renard. You got to go to her YouTube and listen to her YouTube channel.
I'm a fan of P Valley, so I'm with you.
And Sonny is P Valley.
Hey.
So
don't hate, congratulate.
Okay.
So it is something else. Let me Flawless, you want to tell the audience who you are, what you do, and all the other things that you do too before we get into.
Should I really tell them everything that I do?
You got 3 or 4 minutes.
Okay, so how y'all doing? I go by Flawless. And that's just really like my thing. So anytime I say my name, I say that because anytime I'm in like a group of people who know me and who have been following me for years, they do it as well. But I am pretty much if I can make it like short, a master braider. I braid hair. That's what really got me into the industry. And then while braiding hair, I started doing what I call flawless messages. So that's why I go by Flawless with the message. which is me pretty much giving out my personal experiences to people through messages. Right now, I'm pretty much about to release a journal called Her Pain Is Not Tea, based upon something that I experienced personally within the last year. And I'm working on a book.
Cool. I love it.
Okay, working on a book. You're doing it all. Okay, but y'all got to go and listen to I haven't. I just heard about it, and I say I got to go listen to because we talk P Valley and what a woman is supposed to do, how she's supposed to care. Oh man, I said, well, I gotta go listen to this, all this here. Now, there's some good talk here. Sound like, me and Bernard might want to go and listen to it.
What a woman's supposed to do?
It's some good information, and I truly believe in what I speak on. It's not a joke.
Okay.
So do you
say Jamal?
Tell me, do you speak from a feminist perspective? Do you speak from what perspective do you speak from? Because a lot of these new era men have been hating on the feminist movement, and they're wanting us to go back into the kitchen and be barefoot and pregnant. So tell me where you at.
Honestly, my target audience is women, but I get more views from men. So I get 75% men. And they don't hate me. They absolutely love me. So I don't know what that means. Like, and when I speak on it, I think I speak on it from a feminist point of view. But at the same time, like I give a feminine point of view from a man's perspective, because I love to sit and listen to men, and I think that men are brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay.
You must be listening to me. Go ahead, Bernard.
Got my vote.
And sometimes men's are right. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? We don't always have to listen to the women. I mean, I got a woman and I'm listening to her, but at the end of the day, we got to come in the middle.
Yeah, I never said that men weren't right.
You ain't said it was good either.
I never said they were bad.
Jamal.
All right. Okay.
I have a question for Flawless. I want to know: are you going to have the two versions like Julius Hall, the 1999 version and the 39.99 version? You know, the one that with your book.
With my book, it's just going to be a $39.99 version. I don't have time. I don't have time to break it down into maybe layman terms for people. They even understand what I'm saying, or they not. $39.99. Just that's it.
That's it.
So the church people will have a version. The church people will not have a version. Okay.
You know what? I feel like a lot of times when I speak, that church women agree with me, but they just don't want their husbands to know.
Right.
Thank you. Say that. Do you what's your little thing?
I'm sorry.
Say your name and say your thing.
Flawless.
That. Okay.
Hey, Flawless. Flawless, don't do that. Hey. Don't do that. Bernard is single, so don't do that.
I ain't saying
Flawless had. I mean, I thought Bernard had
you
shorty.
Hey, that's all Sonya heard. That's all she heard.
Wait.
I'm definitely not saying. I got a woman.
How was it?
Okay.
What was it?
You say what?
Say it again. What was it?
My name?
Her little catch.
Your call.
Oh, I go by Flawless.
Okay. You do that on Hot 2100? You know, we got people.
I say that all the time. I've been doing it for 5+ years now.
Okay. Well, we want to make sure that everybody know they can get you what time do you air on Hot 2100?
From 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. from Monday through Wednesday.
Okay.
10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Wednesday.
Yes.
Okay,
It's your
then
cup of positive and healing vibrations.
and how do me and Bernard? I mean, how do we hear the YouTube?
My YouTube channel is Flawlessly Glenn. I wish I would have put that instead of flawless, but that's Flawlessly Ly. Flawless and then LYGLYNN.
So,
Okay.
so you said you give advice on men's and women relationship.
Relationships mostly. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and
because men talk to me and women talk to me as well. I'm a secret keeper.
Okay, and you the expert. You an expert on relationship.
I think I can be an expert. It's really been like just something that I've done naturally for years.
Okay, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
You need some counseling or something?
No, I don't need no. I think me and Shorty working thing. I think we all right. I don't think
Shorty.
I got 40
hey,
years.
Shorty, okay.
I got 40 years experience. So
yeah, Jamal.
35
yes,
5.
Can you help me with this one?
Juliet,
I had made a statement before the show to the three of us, and so that's why I thought you saw it. You was probably too busy, but Bernard saw it, so yeah. So that's why. See, Bernard. See how I'm just being discreet. I ain't saying nothing.
I know it.
Right. See, that's the love. See,
Juliet is being messy right now. This
I
is
was just wondering. I thought. I mean, we had a session the other day where a friend of ours was crying on our shoulders, and we had to put our shoulders together because his head was heavy and his tears was heavy, and so we had to get Flawless. He might need you to give him some of that advice and counseling.
Why he was crying?
You want to tell him?
Well,
I don't think it'd be proper in this setting right here. I think that's private.
I don't think it'd be proper.
I got a poem in the book. This is our inaugural edition of Hello Atlanta. Hello Atlanta. So we're now in Atlanta, y'all. I'm up here to give out the magazine. We're collaborating with the station that Flawless works at, the radio station where she works at. The owner of that radio station and Our Black Media, we're collaborating on a few things. We're going out to see some sites and some stuff that we're going to be doing in the very near future. But I got a poem in here. I say all that to say I got a poem in here called "When a Man Cries." So it's all right to cry, So y'all make sure y'all read that poem. When a Man Cries. Y'all can get this magazine digitally on the internet. You can go to www.atrmediagroup.com and you can look at all of our magazines for free right now, and you can read my poem. All right, y'all go ahead and do it. My books also come out after a while. I sound like the Five Heartbeats. Flashing the Five. What name is it?
I'm screaming.
Messy Hall.
There you go.
I would like to know. I need to pose a question because on Monday I sent agenda items, and this agenda does not look like my agenda.
It don't reflect what you wanted?
No, sir. And
I thought, okay, could you tell us one of the subjects what it was? I thought mental health was
it was 60 years of Martin Luther King.
I knew I forgot something because that's what we were having the debate, and then RJ said something, and then me and you was telling him how powerful that speech still is today. So let's put it in general discussion. So because Charlie ain't here today, so all of us ought to have a little bit of time to talk.
Exactly. I mean, let's sneak in a decent conversation while he's not here.
You own it tonight.
I mean,
it's Atlanta.
Yes, we can do this.
Yeah.
So let's jump in. I mean, so we can handle Bernard's conversation right now.
Hey, you know
So,
what?
out of respect for Bernard, okay, this is Bernard's. What time, if you are a part of a texting group, what time should the group start and end texting?
First of all, let me say this here. Hey, first of all, I get up early, right? Okay. And I only keep my phone on for two people. I keep it on for my daughter Brandy, and I keep it on for Shorty, right? Because I'm in Savannah, and I don't want to put it on silent because something may go on and go on, right? So at the end of the day, if you want a group text, it's like this. You should start at least by 10 o'clock. Okay, about 10 o'clock. Sean don't know what time. Sean started 4 and 5 and 6 in the morning. I think you shouldn't be starting that. And then what he did, he said, rise and shine. I'm like, dude, we're still asleep, you know. And at the end of the day, me personally, don't take offense of nothing I'm about to say. I like this here. I like to talk about more stuff, what we have to talk about live on the Rabble, instead of constantly talk, text. And y'all don't know when to stop texting. Y'all text. Once one start, we go all day. You know, and that's the only beef I have. Group text and other text is totally different.
Bernard, you be riling people up though. That's why I keep going on and on and on and on.
Yes. You are an instigator, first of all, sir.
No,
But
y'all make me mad. And then Jamal say something smart, and y'all know how I am. You know, you say something smart, and then I'm gonna go on, and then I ain't gonna stop. I'm gonna keep going. You know, and that's it.
But everybody has on their phone this little feature right here. It's next to the 3 lines right here. And it gives you the option of how you want this chat to notify you. And you can put that chat on mute, as you say it. Mute it. You can put it on silent for 3 hours, 8 hours, however long you want. Now my whole phone goes on silent until the next day, except for my favorites. So if you call me after 9 o'clock, you are not going to get me unless you are one of my favorites. And my favorites are my children and whoever I'm sexting at the moment.
Okay. And I understand
Penelope.
that. And I understand that. And my thing is this, Sonya.
Working my toes.
I pay AT&T bill, and you don't tell me what to put on silent my phone or not silent my phone, okay? I ain't gonna silent my phone. Y'all just start group texting at 10 o'clock. I think that's appropriate time. The group text at 10 o'clock, Voodoo, Sean.
But
Jesus,
if we have
Sonya,
a brilliant idea at 6 a.m.,
correct.
If we have a brilliant idea at 6 a.m., or for most people, I mean, when Sean is texting y'all at 5, he's texting me at 4.
Oh, okay.
You know,
My bad.
Okay.
Well, let's ask the guru Flawless. What do you think about group texting? And we all in a group text. And when Sean gets a brilliant idea, he texts us at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. And Bernard mad because it goes to ping, ping, ping. Sonya, she gets up, she starts saying, that's a great idea, Sean. But how about if we tweak it a little bit and put this, so they go into a conversation, then Bernard go to cussing them out. How do you feel about group texting?
I mute them.
Hello. Thank you, Flawless.
I have to mute them because, like, when I wake up early in the morning, 3, 4 in the morning, that's my time to myself. And I have to get with the Lord before I get with anybody in the mornings. I can't do it.
Bernard, take it from Flawless. Mute. Take it from me. Mute. It doesn't hurt. Just mute it. You'll be all right. Yeah. And then when you want, I'm in several group texts, and when I'll look away and then I come back and I have like 76 texts from that same group, you know, and I just have to play catch up, and I jump back in and I'm just like, oh, hey guys, I was working. I'm sorry, but sorry that your baby cousin did this, and you know, oh, I like your dinner from yesterday. And, I mean, you just jump back in. Go. Stop. Just stop. You showing your old man. You know, son, you just showing your ornery ass old man. Now stop.
Listen. First of all, like I say, 10 o'clock at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Not gonna do it.
10 o'clock. And I told Jamal to meet me downtown yesterday, but he didn't come. He was downtown, but he didn't face me. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day.
I was right there in the red brick. I was waiting for you, red brick. I even had a sign up. I said, "Where's Bernard Brown? Where's Bernard Brown?"
No, you.
I said, and then I had to turn around. I said, "Where's Razor Brown at? Where's Razor Brown?"
They said at City Hall. You was at City Hall. I see when you was at. You was at City Hall.
I hear my phone go off all the time. I hear mine go off 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, getting all type of notifications. I mean, that's if I'm woke. I go to bed so late that I sleep through all of it mostly. So you can text me, you can do anything, email me, whatever it is. I'm gonna get a notification. I get the sports notification with that. I get that and all, you know. But I just go back to sleep. Sean, they're asking you, they say that they're going to get a restraining order on you if you don't stop.
I would just put it in a package and I send it after 10. How about that? But y'all might get all the TikTok ideas that come up, all the, you know, as stuff come up, and hey, it's like, ooh, this is juicy. Let me send it to the file. I look at the group like a file.
That's it. I'm with it, Sean. I'm with all your BS every day, all day.
Yeah. Let it move into Houston with you then, and then y'all ain't got to worry about texting. Y'all be in the same house.
That's all right. That's all right.
Hey, yeah. For him to text you 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, seemed to me something going on.
No, he's texting the group.
No, you didn't. You said, Sonny, you said he texts you individually. That's what you said.
That is a lie.
You did say that.
A damn lie.
Okay, run it back. Run this show back.
You said that. You said by the time he texts the group, he already done text you.
That's what you said.
No, I said when he's texting the group at 5 o'clock in the morning, he's texting me at 4. I'm an hour behind, jackass.
Oh, you didn't say that. You didn't say that.
That's what she meant, though.
That's what I meant. I'm an hour behind.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
You must be his voodoo doll. You must be.
No. I mean, but I am intelligent. I need y'all to get up to speed. Come on.
Really?
Come on.
Okay.
Jamal, you had your hand up.
Oh no, I didn't have my hand up.
Oh, so you good with it?
Okay.
Yeah.
On to the next subject. Let's get on with Martin Luther King and the march. And
she gonna throw Martin Luther King in.
Yeah, that's typical.
Because that was really supposed to be the main thing of this topic. And how are we feeling 60 years ago? They had the March on Washington. Have you gotten up the
I'm trying to make sure Penelope didn't eat her mic. That was your dog name, Penelope?
My dog. I don't have a dog.
Your
Well,
cat?
who is
What
touching
you say?
your feet?
I have a rabbit.
Oh, I was gonna say, hey, Bernard, I knew something was messing with her toes. She didn't have a dog. She didn't have a cat. I was gonna say, Bernard sitting right there. He's a toe man.
Come here.
He got a rabbit.
A rabbit.
Y'all,
Okay.
out of control, y'all people.
Oh my
Out
God,
of
and it's
control.
big too.
I have a rabbit.
There ain't no damn rabbit.
That's Sean.
That's a dog.
She eats a lot, so she is kind of plump, you know.
Okay.
Good God.
Well, I hope you don't have no damn Jamaicans anywhere around the vicinity because they like curry
Rabbit.
damn rabbit.
Jamal,
Oh, they not
Yeah,
eating
right
they
now.
have around me too long. I eat some curry rabbit. I
They
eat
not
some
eating my baby. She been down with me for about 5 years now.
Oh, okay.
I tell you.
Okay, you got the video?
What video? No, I didn't get it because I didn't remember that that's what you wanted. We'll put it on there next week, but it is you're absolutely correct. Robert should be pulling it now. Robert, I'm gonna text him and tell him to pull it and see if he can get it. But I would have played it before we came on. That what my intentions were, to play it the 10 minutes before we came on, and so and then we come on right after it. But I didn't get it. But that speech is so relevant still today. Things that Martin Luther King and Malcolm X said that are so relevant today. With and you can see it if you go around and you look into and go back and look at those speeches and see what's happening in the world today. It is so relevant.
It definitely is, and that needs to be the first real topic. And we don't need to have no foolishness next week. So when Charlie comes on with the foolishness, let's stop him immediately. Immediately.
Hey, somebody said, meet me at Poochie House. I don't know who that is.
Poochie.
I heard that.
Ms. Golden said, hey, y'all tuning in from Duval. We're going to be talking about Duval after a while. Duval is one of our subjects. Matter of fact, it's our main topic after our break in a minute. But we're going to talk real quick about two things. What time is it? It's 7:45. Let me go to commercial real quick, and then we'll be right back. And we're going to talk about a few things, especially these killings in the streets and everything. So y'all hold on 1 minute. All right, we back, and we're gonna go over these next subjects a little quicker than we did before. Let's start with. I'm gonna go into this one first. Let's do Steve Harvey, and then we'll go into the number two. We're going to number 2 third. Let's go into number 3 first, and that's Steve Harvey divorce rumors. We ain't gonna take but a minute on it. It's been a lot said out there about Steve Harvey and Marjorie getting a divorce, and he caught her with the bodyguard and the security guard and the chef and the pool man.
Damn.
There's no way.
Shut up.
The only people he kind of with was me, Bernard, and Jamal.
Yet. Yet.
There's no way.
He kind of with Sean.
He kind of with Sean Voodoo, because we don't have time for Sean put that voodoo on.
So, I mean, no, in all actuality, we don't know. It is highly speculated. They've come out to refute all of the allegations and the suspicions, and to tell people that those are just rumors and it's not true. I've heard from several reliable sources that it is true, and that Steve don't want to look bad, and that he's trying to turn it around on it. So we might have some different information. Y'all are Hollywood, Bernard. You know all the people because you got a story. I'm sure tomorrow.
No way.
So we'll start with you, Bernard. What would you think of this?
No, on a serious note, the word on the street, this is what I heard, whether it's true or not, that she had an affair, and that Steve, you know how Steve is, Steve all over the place. And I'm telling you right now, when you neglect a woman, any woman, eventually, the bodyguard or whoever, is gonna have that ear. I mean, right is wrong, and I think, anytime you try to address something in public like that, 9 out of 10 is true. It's true. And I looked at a video that he addressed another issue of selfie about somebody that worked for him, tweeted some stuff that it wasn't him, and he fired him. And then I don't know if he was, wherever he was at, he addressed live or their marriage thing. And he said, me and her, we doing good, we okay. At the end of the day, that's your personal business. You don't have to address anything to nobody but you and that person. So when you trying to address it, this is my opinion, when you trying to address it public, 9 out of 10 is true. So it's true. It's trouble in paradise. And I got a question, and then I'll let somebody else talk. Is it, can a black man and a black woman, and since we have Ms. Lady down there, can a black man and a black woman have a successful marriage, a successful relationship? And I think it's more domination on the women part, and people don't realize men are sensitive more than a woman. We have a heart. We sensitive, very sensitive. We don't like no man or nobody dipping in our Kool-Aid.
Let's state the fact.
And at the end of the day, it's like, if you got a man, and what kills me, all he want, I need to find a good man. No, you need to find yourself. Because at the end of the day, you got a good man right there. If we go out our way, if we go all out our way and give our heart and soul, you got a good man.
Well,
okay.
So what's the question?
What's the question?
The question is, can a black man and a black woman get along? That's the question.
Well, they can get along. They have to have a mutual respect for one another. They have to be on the same page of growth, and a lot of times older black men, they're looking for younger black women. And then when these women, women are hitting their peak, and men, period. Y'all just are not as agile once you get over the 48-year-old, unless you drinking nut juice and all this type of stuff, unless you're keeping yourselves up like Jesus, you're not going to be as agile. Your testosterone level is not going to be up, and you are not going to want to be there for her sexual peak.
Really?
And so the same way when you were in your sexual peak, you wanted to get yours, you can't expect her to be sitting on the sideline with you and not wanting to get hers, you know? So if you discover that she's still wanting to get hers, you know, in her 50s and, you know, in her late 50s, and you don't want the every other days no more, the way you used to. Well,
No.
then what?
Now, listen, let me tell you something, son. That's absolutely wrong.
Oh,
I'm at peak. I'm always at peak. I got toys. I got foreplay. Trust me. I'll do something. Believe me. I don't know what man you talking about, but you sure ain't talking about me. Believe that. I'm real deal Holyfield. Believe that. At call.
Well, I'm just
Well, you
saying.
don't want that
Believe
energetic
me.
stuff no more.
So
You don't want that energy.
I don't need no blue pill. I don't need nothing. Trust me.
Well, you're not the majority. You are the exception, sir.
Where I am. Get it right.
Hey,
Get it right.
All you need is a what name of that beer you drink?
Natural light.
All you need is a natural light.
And I'm peed all the way out.
All night.
So get it right, son. I don't know who you talking about.
So you had a question, and that question went to the women. Flawless, you want to take that? You said, can the black man and the black woman coexist? Can they get along?
I think they can coexist as long as they allow each other to be themselves. What do I mean by that? I feel like when a man wants his space, a woman should give him his space. And when a woman wants her space, then a man should do the same. Because if you're trying to force yourself to be around somebody that really don't want to be around you at a certain time, then it just makes it bad. But if you give her too much time alone, then that makes it bad too.
What about giving us too much time alone?
what is
Well, you know what? That's where communication comes in. You have to talk to each other. You got to let each other know how you feel.
Sean had a
Let's
question for you.
define space. Define space for me.
Space in your house. He's in the man cave. You upstairs in your glam room.
When does space become like, okay, maybe
That
I need
thing-
to expand a little bit more.
I'm not talking about going outside the house. I'm talking about space inside the house.
How about that guy behind you? He getting you some space?
You can see my brother. That's my brother.
Oh, okay. I thought that was your fiance or something, you know.
Oh no, my fiance is in there, but he's not in here.
He giving you some space.
He's giving me some space.
All right.
Who giving Jamal space?
But
I'm screaming.
I thought we,
you know,
at
at the end of the day,
quickly go.
I gotta change my angle.
You good?
at
What you
the
say,
end of
Jamal?
the day, you know, money is not everything. And Steve Harvey has about 6 jobs. You know, money is not going to keep somebody at night, you know.
No.
And men and women have to understand that, because educated Black women are doing the same thing, you know, feeling like it's their titles and things like that's gonna bring a man home, you know. And then they wonder how the Burger King woman got their man. You know,
We're not allowed to curse on here, are we?
Not
bit.
really.
Because that's
Not
really
a
what I
whole
be
lot.
speaking about. I tell the girls all
Yeah.
the time, you know, ratchet P is at an all-time high.
Yeah. Because, you know, at the end of the day, you know, the Burger King women, they're given attention, they're cooking, they're giving that support that the educated Black woman feels
takes for
like
granted.
she's too busy. I'm too busy to do that. I'm maintaining my corporate persona, and she's forgetting that she has just a regular man at the house that he don't care that you the manager of whatever. You know, he just wants his woman. You know.
But a lot of young women don't, we can speak on the girls that work at Burger King. Nowadays, they harder than the men. So the men don't even be really interested in them. The men really be interested in the women that are women, the women that are really practicing being feminine and not just for their attention, the ones who do it when they're not watching. You can really tell who's really feminine and who's really not. Some women just put on the show while some women are just feminine. It's natural for them. You can really feel the energy the moment they're in the room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I mean, and, unfortunately for a lot of us, we've given up our femininity for the boardroom.
Well, y'all got Sean down there looking like, he need to ask y'all a question or something. Sean, you looking
a lot. Well, I got a lot to say. I'm just
go ahead, Sean.
Because I literally, I had a woman that had a child that had children, and she literally said, "I'm not that type of mother. I apologize. I'm not that type of mother. I could deal with teenage daughters, but I can't put up with the little ones in elementary school. They ask the wrong questions. They do the wrong things. I'm not that type of mother." It's like when you can say stuff like that and get away with it, or it sounds just because, hey, at least I said it out loud and somebody accepts that bull crap, you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. It's always somebody cash apping one of these girls that's sitting there talking about, hey, cash app me $25 or $30. It's somebody out there always cash apping. You know what I'm saying? So I think that we doggone mess it. It's like a lot of us recognize the plan, see the problem and all that. But it's fools that's running into, we got other fools out there messing it up. It's like, hold on, why am I cash apping you $25 just because you sitting back talking about, am I pretty? Yes, cash app me $25. Oh, and there's a fool out there cash apping her $25.
Hey,
I'm gonna stop and be like, whoa, wait a minute, what?
Hey, that's why you sit in that chair voodoo with no cash app.
Hey, exactly. That was one of the best things I did in my life is not accepting cash app. Why? Because, and I put this out there for my family and all that, and they know, Sean, don't have no cash app. Why? Because that's easy access. You know how many times my family be like, hey man, can I get $10 in cash app? I ain't got cash app. It's easier to say no. Or, man, I be
so you owe
$10 from 300 people.
You old school. You go to the store in Western Union the money.
Yeah, exactly. Think about it, man. You got 300 people asking for $10. You know you got it. $10. You know you got it.
That's true.
Well,
it's like, nah, man, I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time to tell you no more. I don't have the app.
Okay, Bernard, you done told the show with that question. So we're gonna get on to our main two topics. And one of them is why are we up in arms and raising hell about the shooting on the campus? I mean, at the store, and they almost went shooting at Edward Waters, and there was another shooting somewhere else. And every time somebody do something to one of us, to the African American community, that's of another persuasion or race, we are protesting and marching, but we don't want to stop ourselves from killing each other. Y'all want to talk about that?
Well, first of all, that's that's a loaded ass question for one thing, Julius. Because it is. It's a loaded question because we should always be up in arms. We have been victimized more than any other race in this country. And we have been conditioned to victimize ourselves because we are the only race of people that has been told, taught, conditioned, and educated on the fact that our lives mean nothing. So therefore, you don't see us marching when we kill each other, because and we're just starting in the last past decades to march when other people kill us, because we did not have the freedoms to march when they were killing us in mass back in the 40s, the 50s, Jim Crow, slavery. We didn't have these freedoms. So, come on now. This is some bullshit. What is this even doing on here? I'm sorry. I'm gonna just mute myself.
We cannot just have subjects that you are.
No. I'm just saying. Let's just come on now.
Jamal.
Jesus.
No, and Chandra's right, because what happened, oftentimes we think that we're speaking, but we really don't realize we're actually speaking the language of somebody else. Now, and that is not as simple as somebody think that it's just a black on black crime. People are going to tell you in criminology and criminal justice, they're going to tell you there's no such thing as black on black crime, but it's been created. And see, guess what? We're going to speak about it. Now, what it does come down to, what Sean just throwing it out there, and that's what I'm just saying. People can try to argue and try to get mad. People looking at the show, all that. When it comes down to it, it does come down about respect. When you don't respect yourself, and I give people this simple little thing right here. I say, when I look in the mirror in the morning, I look at myself, I love me. And because I see you, I love you. But this is what happens for many people. They wake up in the morning, they look in the mirror, and they don't love themselves. So they're not going to love anybody else who looks like them. But that's a part of how the system works. And see, we make excuses. Like I said, we run about talking about the Republicans and Ron DeSantis, but then see, we don't even go and look at ourselves and say, we do the same thing. And it's because we've been trained. It has to come down to having independent sources. That's why I'm saying, that's why I'm going to throw it out there again. Our black media now plays a role with regards to changing the narrative, because other people are training you to think and speak their language. When you not stop speaking their language, that's when you become a real threat to them. As long as you speak their language, guess what? They like that, because what I tell people all the time, they stand on the side and they watch. They're like, they think they're on top of it. They're not on top of it, because we still control them, because we're still in their heads. When you not break away from that and do what you're doing right now, just like I was throwing it out there, because when you talk about the Savannah Morning News, WJC or WTOC, what did you do? You broke away from that. You broke away from them being the one to tell you your story. You didn't say, I'm going to tell it. But then guess what? When you talk about this and the walk that people engage in this right here, you talk about the walk of liberation, you begin to understand you got to break away from that. But then that does not mean that you're not able to assess it and see how, because I tell people like this, I know why you don't like yourself. I know why you do that stuff to other black people. I know why you do it, because you've been trained by other people. And so now that's why we have to be out there putting it out there. So it is, when she said it's loaded, it's absolutely loaded, but then don't go and fall for the trap or make it seem like it's all on black people. Because if you say that you're working on these campaigns and voting, I'm not talking to you specific Jews. I'm just saying that when you say you out there doing this right here, then why do you stop? I'm talking, why do you then stop logically when it's not still like these policies are the reason why? Why do you think people are not able to feed themselves? There ain't no accident with regards to that. Why Kroger's don't want and Publix don't want to put their business in black communities. It is, and it's not based on saying because black people can't do it. guess what? They're going to do it in other areas and make no bones about it. But then guess what? Black folks all think that we got to be the ones to take the burden on for Caucasians. We don't take on their burdens. If anything, you should not assert who you are. And so that's really, I'm talking about, that's what real liberation is about, and that's being real revolutionary. Because I hear people talking about being revolutionaries. I look at them like, you ain't no revolutionary, because you still speaking out the same language of the oppressor.
Yeah. And you know what? And this gonna be a shock to y'all. I totally agree with Sonia. I totally agree with Jesus. Trust me. They are afraid of us. You know why? Because we tell it like it is. And see, they're not going after us because they're afraid of us. They're going after the ones who quiet, who ain't saying nothing, and they can get to their head, but they can't get to us. And I be trying to say that. They all say, oh, he lied. I'm gonna be loud till the day I die. Sonya gonna be loud till the day she die. Jews, all y'all, Jesus, trust me. I am so getting tired of fighting for a whole village, and they leaving us out there to dry. I'm just keeping it real. They leaving us out to dry. They talking behind our back. Their mind is totally different. Like they say, oh, drama. This ain't no drama. If history is drama, then okay, it's drama. At the end of the day.
Okay, and what I want to make clear to everybody is that we bring on these questions so that they can be addressed by us, so that they can be given back to the people in an informative way. We have to discuss these things so that we can get we can change the narrative, so that we can get the falsehood out of it. Now, I agree to some degree, well, to a large degree with what Jamal and Sandra said also. We're going to bring the questions and we're going to answer them to the best of our ability here. Whoever has an opinion, we're going to respect that opinion. And if you differ from that opinion, just say you different, then this is why. Now, I do have the opinion also that there is no cavalry. We are the cavalry. Us, right here on this show right here. We got to change it. We have to do it. We can't still sit back and give and make no excuses for our community. Things have changed. They're being institutionalized. They're given these guns and they're using them on each other. So we have to be able to go into these communities and talk. The church need to be involved. All these community leaders need to be involved. All these so-called leaders that we elect need to be involved, because we can't just say every time that they put a knee on George Floyd's neck, we going to protest. We need to protest every time there's a killing. Where's the NAACP? We don't want them to over-police. We just want them to give us the same protection that they give in the affluent white neighborhood. That's all it is. We want the same protection. We pay the same taxes, and perception unchallenged becomes reality. If they think that we don't care, they're going to say they don't care what we're going to address it for. So we have to address it. It's not giving out a false narrative that we're putting out the message for them. Hell no, we're protecting our community. That's what the Black Panthers was started for, so they can keep all the white hoods out of there, tearing up the community. That's why. What the name of the angels? What the name of the angels? Guardian Angels, whatever that was.
Guardian Angels, yeah.
Yeah. They were started so they can take back the community, and we got to be able to say we're doing our part by bringing the information on this platform. But at some point, we all have to be involved. Where we're gonna say Sean, Julius, and Jamal and Bernard and Robert. We're going to get out there in the streets, and Charlie Brown, he can't get nowhere, but we're gonna all get out there in the streets, and we're gonna do what we got to do to save our neighborhoods. The responsibility falls back on us also.
Well, I feel like there needs to be an accountability from the top down, from the bottom up, grassroots to to our Congress, you know, and our, you know, the people that we call our you know, so-called leaders, you know, in high places and in the media, you know, because if we hold them accountable for the music that they push out, if we hold them accountable for the message that they're pushing to the community, if we hold the people like the what's that man's name that we don't like, the Crump, if we hold him accountable for only showing up when he can make $1, you know, instead of showing up, you know, when there is real crisis in our communities, you know, if we hold, you know, the parents accountable, because it shouldn't come to your 15-year-old shooting somebody for you to know that he had a gun, because we all should be still flipping our children's room as if we are the goddamn police in our house. The way our parents were the police in their houses. I mean, you know that we couldn't get nothing past Mary and Edward and Edwina. You know, we couldn't get nothing past them because they waited until we went to school and they flipped our rooms like they was the FBI and GBI and all of them. And when we came home, they were waiting at the door with the look in their face like, what did I find? You know, and if they found something, it was going to be something. So we have to hold the parents accountable. And I know that Bernard don't like to hear hold the parents accountable, but we do. You know, so those are the things that have to be done. And you have to sit your children down. You know, my son, we can't expect for them to be bright people. My son bought a ski mask as a fashion statement. And I had to explain to this fool that, sir, you know what? You think it's a game, but just you having on that ski mask can cause you, because see, the police, when some Karen or Ken calls them and tell them that you're a black boy with a ski mask on in 106-degree weather, they're not going to get out of their cars asking you why. They're going to get out of their cars with a gun held to your head. And if they're hyper, you're going to be dead. It's going to be a bad day. So you think that it's a game, but you can't play those games because you're not white in America. I didn't make the rules. I'm just here to tell you about the rules. So we have to be the policing agents. I'm saying. Go ahead, Flawless.
Well, I think that understanding positioning is good too, because if we had so many people trying to speak up and they really don't know what it is they're speaking up for or who it is that they're standing up for or why it is that they're standing up, then they're literally just going to be in the way. So I think that understanding positioning is very important when it comes to like gun violence and things like that. And I'm from a neighborhood where, like, if you seen something like that, I was so young, I would have never thought to stand up and fight, you know? Because when I first seen something like that, I probably was about 6 years old. And it was just like, I'm still outside playing, like it didn't just happen once they pick the person up and take them wherever, you understand? So if you don't if you don't even have an understanding that there should be a riot about this, or there should be someone speaking up about this, how can something click in your mind to say, let me stand up for this? Let me say something about this. This is not right.
That is true.
I think everything is about position, and you never know where somebody come from. You never know their background. But when it comes to the leaders, I honestly believe that the leaders should be standing up immediately. I think that the leaders should be speaking out immediately. I think that those who are in certain positions, that's why I say positioning is everything. Because if you don't know your position, then you just in a way. It's just that simple.
Okay, that's pretty profound. Jamal and I know Bernard lost his power. I don't know what happened with Jamal, and I guess that storm is supposed to hit between. How bad is it there, Sean?
It's getting. I can hear it out there. That's why I'm like, hey, I know it's it's already like past, but I'm getting like the remnants, the afterblast or whatever.
Okay. Well, I wanted the two main guys who were arguing this point on mental illness to come on, but they seem to have lost. This hurricane has messed their signals up and their internet up, because we were discussing on our thread, that group text that Bernard wanted us to start at 10 o'clock. We were discussing mental health in the Black community. But I'm going to go. We're probably going to end up saving that one. I want to talk about. Here's Bernard coming back now.
We don't have to take a commercial. I know you said every 30 minutes. Like I'm gonna take another commercial, Bernard, and then we'll be right back, and we're gonna discuss mental health.
Okay then. All right then.
All right, and because I know Jamal had you called Jamal and told him to meet you down on River Street with what he was talking about, and you're gonna whip him down. Well, we got a paid commercial right here, so we're gonna play this commercial.
All right.
What is the difference between these two elected officials? Absolutely nothing. What is the difference between these two guys? Absolutely.
I can tell that's really touchy for you.
What is the difference between these three men? Absolutely nothing. What have they done for the African American community? Absolutely nothing. What can the African American community expect from them? Absolutely nothing. So what does the Black community owe them? Absolutely nothing. When it's time to cast your vote, make sure you give them what they have given you. Absolutely nothing. And that would be absolutely perfect.
Okay.
Best commercial I ever seen. The best.
Well, I want to ask y'all a question, and I know it probably hangs back on the last question before we get to that mental health question. Black African American people hanging on corners, and it goes back a long way. And we had this subject before, and Jamal was on, and he explained why and where this came from and everything. But why do we hang on corners more than anybody else? Why do we hang on corners? You know, and I bring this up because I was in a conversation about 10 days ago. It wasn't 10 days ago. It was about 7 or 8 days ago. And we were talking about the guys on the corner. And we said, man, why? I asked the guy, I said, why are they on that corner like that? This is broad daylight. They on the corner deep, like 15 of them deep. And some of them look like they need to have been in school, in high school somewhere. And I'm wondering, why are they on this corner like this? And he said, man, they do all kind of stuff down there, Jew. He said, man, they down there shooting every night and everything else. And then ain't 48 hours later, two boys get shot up down there on the same corner we talking about. But, you know, and I'm talking about this a shooting there about once a month. You know, and why do we hang on these corners? And that's just what I want. I don't know. You know, ain't nothing on the corner but trouble and death.
Yeah.
So Sandra, you always got a answer for why. What, you know? Go ahead, make an excuse for being on the corner now.
Well, first of all, it depends on where you're from and where you're at, because you would be hard pressed to find Black men on the corners in Houston. You can't find that because this is a working town and we work. But when you're in high poverty areas, you will find that. And Savannah has a high poverty rate, especially among African Americans. So when they have less to do, and this is also a sense of community, you know, they have always established a sense of community by gathering, you know. That's what we've done for a long time, you know. So that's the reason why they hang out. Now, if you don't want them to hang out, reduce your poverty rate.
But I'm gonna be the devil's advocate on that and say that there's a lot of jobs out there that people are not just filling. You see, everybody just signs up for jobs. We in Savannah, we got warehouses galore that's hiring people for jobs. So we got to be able to educate these kids also to tell them that to go get a job, because they don't want to go get no job if they can hang on the corner with their partner. So we can't really say that we got to stop relating that all the way 100% to that reason, that being the reason. It is part of the problem. We understand that. But we have to also say that, you know, once Lil Pookie done killed somebody on the corner, now all y'all wearing free Pookie signs. And free Pookie t-shirts and every damn thing. When Lil Pookie is a detriment to the community and needs to be off of the street.
Okay, but let me play devil's advocate. When they are building said warehouses in Port Wentworth, Rankin, Pooler, and places that are hard to get to, you know, how bad do they really want these impoverished boys, young men and women to get to these jobs?
Because they want them to get to the jobs. The thing is, your leaders come into question now because they need to put a bus route. We don't have a bus route.
Exactly.
They don't have buses in Pula. You know, they don't have the Bloomington. They need to have it where the county commissioners in those cities say, okay, no, we're going to put, because we have industry out there that needs people to work these jobs.
Exactly. So you see the barriers, and if the barriers are up, then what the hell do you expect?
Right.
Let me help y'all real quick. Let me stop y'all real quick, because y'all blaming it on the wrong things. Y'all blaming black folks hanging out together on poverty and on things. No, it happens everywhere. I apologize. They had a rule in the Army a long time ago It was called pooling. Group of black people
I
would get
remember that.
together and we would just hang around, talking, joking, the water cooler, what they call it in corporate America, hanging around the water cooler. You go by the water cooler and guess what? Guess how you find out what your buddies did on the weekend and all that other stuff around the water cooler. They would always, whether money was involved or not, they would always have to come out and say, hey, disperse. You know what I'm saying? We do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why we do that. My family tell me down up in New York, my uncle was the mayor of the neighborhood in New York, but they would all from South Carolina sit under this oak tree up there in New York. And that's where everybody come and hang out. It wasn't about the people that just, it was like, hey, we know everybody from South Carolina hangs out down there at some point in time. We're going to hear news from down there in South Carolina at this point. You know, the church during, we would come together at the churches together. Why? To get the information. We always heard the information that we could trust from each other. That corner was it's just nature of the beast to be there at everybody comes down. I remember a police officer asked me one time, hey, why y'all going to that club? I said, all the girls be at that club. He said, yeah, but they're shooting at the club every weekend. I don't know why the girls go down to the club that's shooting every weekend, but I know that's why I go to the club, to go to the girls that's at the club every weekend. It's like,
You don't mind getting shot getting shot looking for love.
Yeah.
But I'm like, man, I don't know why the
It was
girls
not love.
end up at the club that all the guys get shot at every weekend, but it seemed like that's where the girls ended up at.
Right. Well, I know
So
for
it's
me,
like-
and I don't want to cut you off. I'll let you continue, and then I want to
Oh,
go.
no, you good.
Well, for me, it just, like she said, it just seemed like community. Because all the women that's sitting on the corners, they know everybody kids, and they was literally like just watching us grow. I'm from Overtown, Miami. So for me, it was like they were community. So if I was out past a certain time, I couldn't even been doing nothing wrong. The next day, my mama knew. Because why you out this late? And my mama at work. And you know, you just a little girl, I want to be with my friends, and you hanging out, and to them, you supposed to be in the house. Why you out here? So being where I'm from, it's like, I think that people see that kind of thing as like a negative, but it's honestly a positive. A lot of those people out there, I was a hairstylist starting at like 12 years old. So some of the women that sat on the corner sent me clients and paid me for the services. So if her mama can't pay me, they'll tell me, get little mama off the 3rd floor, get little mama off the 2nd floor, do her hair, I got you. So I got shoes and money coming to me because I'm a 12-year-old braider in Overtown, Miami. So I know that sometimes it does end up where people are getting like killed and things like that, but I think that has something to do with something different. I don't think it has anything to do with why they're like on the corner from the beginning. I think they just like to hang out there, to be honest.
All right.
Yeah.
I think they just like to hang out there.
Yeah.
Where, Bernard?
I'm gonna say this. It's different generation. I know when we hang out on the corner, we hang out because, you know, we talking about going to practice, football practice, basketball practice. It's a whole new generation. And 9 out of 10, when one of these young guys kills somebody, 9 out of 10, they know each other. They're friends. You know what I'm saying? They have beef or whatever. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I am so happy since I've been here in Savannah to get back to the corner. Matter of fact, I've been on the corner the other day with you guys, just talking, I swear. Because when I in Marietta, not being uppy or nothing, in Marietta, it been up with white folks or whatever, and there wasn't no corner. Ain't no corner in Marietta. Ain't no corner. So when I come back, man, I am so happy. That's why I go so hard to try to change Savannah. It's different situation, but at the end of the day, if I left here 40 years ago and I come back and you still on that same corner, then that means you got a problem.
Now, I want to clarify, Bernard, because there are good corners.
Yeah, yeah.
And there are bad corners, and you're
Yeah.
absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it costs
We used to
too.
hang on the corners, but we be talking what practice,
Practice, yeah.
sports, what girl,
What
you
girl.
going to who house, what girl house you going to when you leave there. All those things when we were young.
Yeah.
Now there's a corner in two corners in West Savannah that it ain't a half mile from each other.
Yeah.
And they're night and day. You got the old heads over there by Hall Shoe Shop.
Right. Yeah.
And those guys, we could go hang with them.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing happening right there. You ain't never heard of nothing happening there.
Yeah.
They know how to control themselves. But you got the kids over there by Moses Jackson School. They shooting once a month, shooting each other up.
Yeah.
So it's different corners, you know? And we were talking about this when we went to the reunion the other day, that you didn't have to worry about police being here because we all were there. It was about 300 or 400 people there, and you didn't need the police. We policed ourselves.
Exactly.
You know? And but with these young kids, they can't look at each other without wanting to fight or shoot each other.
Yeah.
And that's the mentality that we got to get out of them. We got to change that. And you know, like I said, it starts here with all of us doing what we can in our own little way.
Yeah. And you know what? You got people, we talking, and we expressing our opinion, but I guarantee you got people, and I'm all firm to believe with this here. A solution. What is the solution? What is the solution to try to change this? And you know where it started at? With that name right there, Van Johnson, the leadership in City Hall. It started with leadership. It started, if you Alderman 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you should be, everybody in that community should know you. You know what I'm saying? You should be going in there and making it noise. As a matter of fact, say, hey, I'm Bernard Brown. I'm district of the first district in West Savannah, West Side. Let's have a meeting so we can try to control all this violence by y'all getting off the corner. Let's tell me what y'all want me to do to make sure we can stop most of this killing. That's what you do. And stop coming to people's house when it's time for November and you come knocking on somebody's door to get their vote. Get off my yard.
Exactly.
If you ain't came to my house in January, don't come to my house in June and August because you want somebody to vote for you in November. Man, please. Clean up City Hall in Savannah. You clean up all this shit.
Yep.
All right. Well, we're going to get on to two subjects we got left, and then mental health and the shootings in Jacksonville. Which one y'all want to cover first?
Shootings in Jacksonville.
Let's go to shootings in Jacksonville. We'll take 10 minutes on that. As y'all know, we got 3 people that were killed in Jacksonville, Duval County, biggest city in this country. And there was a angry white racist who went into the Dollar General and shot 3 people, told the white people to get out while he was shooting blacks. He even shot an Uber driver that was sitting in the parking lot. And you know, we're trying to figure out, where is this going? What needs to be done? How do we answer this? Everybody got to be on their P's and Q's. Everybody got to be watching. If you have a right to carry and you're in a right to carry state, then if you can legally carry, you need to, because you never know what is going to happen with these lunatics who DeSantis and Trump have riled up. And they've emboldened them to do stupid things. So we have to be able to be on our P's and Q's, because we don't need this to keep happening nowhere, because then it gets out of hand. What they're trying to do is start something that isn't going to happen right now. So what y'all say?
You know what? The guy, let me tell you right now, serious note. He's not the only one. He's not going to be the last one. It's some of them right now sitting there plotting to do the same thing, copycat, doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And they look at, oh yeah, they ain't doing nothing. They're killing themselves. At the end of the day, man, I'm telling you right now, I'm a firm believer is with Malcolm at by any means necessary that we have to protect our family. Okay, it's just the beginning. You know, when you got that fool in Florida and you got this other fool around him thinking he a gangster and got, you know, going out and, you know, don't stay in jail, man. These folks, man, they want a reason to come out now. Trump and that fool and give them a reason to come out. And this is what you see.
All right.
Well,
Flawless, you want to take that?
What was it? What was the question?
The Jacksonville shootings, and what is your perspective on that? Where is it going? Where is it heading with people doing these type of things, and what can we do? You know, just how do you feel about that?
Well, I think that flows into mental health. I'm trying to figure out if there maybe was any signs for this individual to say that they was going to go out and do something like this. Like, who are these people around? Have they been calling the police? Have they served in the service? This is just my thought process because I haven't seen. I just heard about it. I'm just going to be honest with you all. I think that they need to be talking to people. Like, who was this individual talking to prior to getting to this place to even do something like this? How did it even come about? I think it falls into like mental health for me. Because there's no way that as an individual, you just wake up and say that I want to kill a bunch of people. It had to be premeditated. To me, I think it was premeditated. Because as a human being, like, that's just not, unless you're molded like that, unless you're molded to be a killer, unless your daddy is a psychopath and your mama is not around and they mold you to be that way, that's not normal at all. That's not a normal thing to do. That's not something that a normal person would say that, okay, I'm gonna get up and go kill a lot of people. What? I'm not saying that there's an excuse for it, but there was something that led to this individual doing this. And that's what they need to get to the bottom of. What was that? Well, that's how you can prevent it if you know the what and the why.
Well, they said it was racism, and he was a part of he was indoctrinated into just hating black people. And that was his reason. Huh?
That's insane. Who's still, like, why is there even still groups like this why does groups like this even exist? Where is this group? How do we know that there's a group but we can't find it?
Yeah.
You know,
and Jackson,
there is a group that molded this person to do something like this, but we can't find a group. So you find a group and you get to the bottom of the problem. Because every group got a leader. Who's the leader of this group?
Yeah.
To me,
go ahead, Sean.
Bye-bye. To me, I hope that this fool didn't start the beginning of something. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because it's almost like, where's the justice? How do you get the justice? He took the justice. You know what I mean? It's now, I don't know what standard operating procedures is on stuff like this, but does he get a funeral at home? Or does the state take his body and like don't allow the family to, you understand, to grieve? What happens in anybody know? Like, what happens in the case where the criminal goes on and takes his own life? Does he get a
I mean, they give the body over to the family.
To the family.
Oh yeah, they can't keep the body, Sean.
Right.
They give the body to the family. And after they process the scene.
Okay, and see, that's what I'm saying. Because see, I've heard that there's prisoners locked down in Georgia prison where it's like, look, the judge said double life, you locked down in this prison.
No, because see, he hadn't been convicted of anything.
Yeah.
They can't convict him of anything because he would have just been arrested, you know. So they give his body over to his family. They're able to bury him, you know. It's going to be a tense funeral, you know. I mean,
I wouldn't go to that funeral.
Hell no, I wouldn't. But
well, I mean,
but you know what? Forgive me for what I'm about to say.
Let's make sure it's clean.
Yeah.
But because Black people, they want to say that we are the most violent people, but that is not true.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have been able to commit the most atrocities towards us in America.
Mm-hmm.
Zimmerman is still walking and signing American flags. That dude, Rittenhouse is still packing out stadiums, you know, when he goes places. You know, I mean, we have not waged the revenge against people, against white people in America, the way that they feel like we should. You know, they feel like we should. And they are expecting us to. But we have not taken our power and said, this is what we're going to do. We have not got on any secret social media sites and said, hey, Black people, this is what we're going to do on January the 6th. You know, we hadn't done that. We have just let bygones be bygones in the United States. But if we were to, we would be well within our rights, because we had a whole church full of people that got mowed down by a white boy, and he got taken to Burger King right afterwards by the police. Okay? So if there was any cause, then there was the guy in Buffalo that killed those people going into the store, you know, same deal, Black people, you know. I mean, we can point to many, many times that we have been the direct targets of white hate in America. But white people can't point to any times that we have just set out to say, okay, except for August 5th, when we said enough is enough. Okay.
Little Charlie. I mean, all I'm saying, Julius, is if we were to say there's a race war, we would well be within our rights. And to your question, you know, what do we do? What the hell do we do? We suck it up like we've always sucked it up. And what? Sing we shall overcome. God damn it. Come on.
James Brown in the house. Welcome, James Brown.
I mean, what? What do you want us to say? We shall overcome. You know, better days is gonna come. And what was that song by Sam Cooke? The change gonna come. Okay.
You know, they broke out an old Negro spiritual at the other day at that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what were you saying, Flawless?
I was just giving her the song that she was asking about. And I was about to dip into another one of the questions, because it was saying that should we all arm ourselves? Those that have the right state of mind should. Because if everybody armed themselves and people are reacting out of fear, then we'll just have more dead people, because more people with weapons that's afraid.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I'm afraid, then I'm gonna be reactive, and I'm not gonna think before I react.
And Flawless, do you believe that we, the scared Black people, and we should be afraid, would get equal treatment under the law for being afraid?
Do you think we will get equal treatment?
Do you believe that our fear would get equal treatment under the law if you saw a man walking down the street with an AR-15 and you just shot him because you felt like he was going to shoot you?
Right.
Do you feel like you would get equal treatment under the law?
Oh, absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm a Black woman, absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you can go and arm your damn self if you want, Black people, but you will be going to jail in masses because you will not get equal treatment under the law for your Black fear. And we should be feared.
Jackson John, you're exactly right, Jackson.
Right.
I don't care, Jackson.
Hey,
but I speak very eloquently, and with pure facts. But you're not going to get equal treatments under the law with your Black fear. The way a white man, if you had an AR-15 and pulled up anywhere, you could get mowed down and you'd just be another Black man dead, and that person wouldn't serve a minute in jail because they could say, well, I thought that he was going to kill me.
Right. Or I thought that she was going to kill me. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Because they're already afraid of us. We don't even have to be armed for them to be afraid.
Exactly.
So I'm already scared, and now you have a gun? It's just double trouble.
I feel like they shouldn't be selling white men guns at all anymore.
Exactly.
I feel like, how they put all of the Indians on the do not fly list and stuff? Yeah. They need to put every white man on the do not buy list.
Exactly. I lie to you not. Like, I agree so much with that.
That was a good one.
Because it's scary. Especially if they're trying to do it now.
Hey.
The opinion of Sonya is Sonya's opinion, not our Black media.
Hey, but listen, we're gonna get on. It was kind of cute though, the new don't buy list. I like that.
We're gonna get our last subject. And let them sign that law in.
Yeah.
Okay. But speaking of him, I'm still gonna say, where is our George Floyd bill?
It ain't coming.
Yeah. Well, it definitely ain't coming with Donald
There ain't
Trump.
no protection. If we done got, and people literally sitting and saying, oh, because I don't like Black people. And doing stuff, and literally, that like in New York, down here, and we still haven't had a bill. But you let a guy go into an LGBT club, shoot up the club, all of a sudden, they got a damn bill. You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying? And come on, man.
And Sean, they said that they proved that the Asians did not have enough crime against them to get a bill. And they got a bill, whereas we still, I ain't seen no Asians being lynched. Not even, come on.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to get on to our last subject, and that's take 10, 15 minutes on this because we got to get out of here. 10 minutes. Mental health in the African-American community. We done went too long, so we going to touch on it briefly. And Jamal ain't here to expound on what he was speaking with us about, so Bernard wanted to kill him.
Right.
Bernard wanted to beat him up. I don't know, but you can't even say this on Facebook. We ain't on Facebook tonight.
Yeah.
Anyway, mental health, how's it changed in the last 40 or 50 years? Because back in the day, you didn't have as many mentally challenged people as you have today. Is it the water? Is it the drugs? Is it some genetic code that they put into our food that is deranged, making us have every now and then the kids are crazy? I mean, we all got a little bit of crazy in us.
Mhm.
I know I do.
Mhm.
I do. I really do. I won't tell y'all what it is, but
Yeah.
I do. I do. It's some things when I'm driving, I be thinking crazy. You know,
Yeah.
People got crazy stuff that they
Yeah.
think, you know.
Yeah.
And I know Sandra and Bernard and Sean. I know all y'all a little
Yeah.
to that side. And Charlie Brown also.
Yeah. And we are. You know what? And I know I'm crazy. It's a lot of stuff I say, man. It's off the air and everything. It's what sometimes, man, to come through with what you go through, man. If you go through so much that you know, and you sitting there and you in this corner, and you got these weird thoughts, you know, and it just come to your head because you see so much going on about people, just the way they treat us. All black folks in this world got mental health.
Yes.
Okay, and some of them control it. You know, if all us out there and couldn't control it, you know what? It would be World War III. Trust me. You know, and this and it developed. The black community is rising, because sometimes through pressure, it's out there. You know, and one thing about it, man, they always want to like quick to give us medicine. Well, take this, take that, take this. Trust me, I don't need no medicine to control my mental health. At the end of the day, it's everything, Jew, y'all. It's everything, man. We just, what get me, man, I get so emotional about what's going on in this country when it comes to us, and we the one building this country, and y'all so quick to want to hold our hand when we running a football, or we shooting a basketball, or we playing tennis. So sports is the only thing that they want us to deal with together. If you take that away, you know, they go on one side, we go on the other side. And that's just period. And like Sonya said, for them to just throw it up. Like,
Okay.
a
Sean.
little too incident. Come on now. Come on.
I feel like mental health, we've always had mental health issues, but as the Black Code that I spoke about in our thread, we weren't allowed to have feelings and emotions and shit like that when we were growing up. What was that? You know, and our parents definitely wasn't sending us to go talk to somebody
Right.
about it. What? First of all, you wasn't talking about what was going on in a Black household.
Yeah.
You know, so keep your feelings to yourself. So you had to wait until you got older and you saw the need for you to have a counselor or a psychiatrist or whatever. So we've always had these things going on and it was kind of hush hush. Like, you remember when they used to say she got cancer, you know, they used to say the same thing about he got issues, and nobody knew what the hell issues meant, but it meant a whole array of things. So we always had it, but we're now dealing with it. Well, and we wish that more Black men would deal with it.
Well, the thing is, you got people getting different techniques. Some people on medicine. Some people go to psychiatrists. Some people get dogs, rabbits. They talk about you, Flawless. You know, they get these what they call them, animals, the
Support animals.
Support animals.
Emotional
Service
support.
Service animals.
Service
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah. And so, and it helps to calm them down. And it helps to keep them, focused, because if not, then they might whip somebody's butt. And that's the problem. So we got to find out what's the issue, though. Is it in the food? Is it some master plan over years and years that of eating a certain product, then it does something to your brain? What is it? We don't know. So that's what we got to find out.
Social media.
I was just talking to somebody about that today. I said, maybe look at the Johnson & Johnson uterine cancer lawsuit. How many Black women came up with uterine cancer after our thing? Right now, it seems like they're taking a lot of our Black women uterus. Like everybody's getting a hysterectomy, seems like. I know like 10 women within the last year and a half, like, got a hysterectomy. All of a sudden, it's like the new end thing now to get a hysterectomy. And it's like they're just taking it instead of fixing it, or just, it might be. So, because back in the days with the lead and the red dye number 5, and it might be that conspiracy where, hey, it was something that they were putting in the food, and that government cheese. All of us got a government cheese story. You know what I'm saying? That government cheese used to be right with the macaroni. You can't make the macaroni the right way without that government cheese. Hell, who knows? I suffer from PTSD. You know what I'm saying? But do 23 years in the military, get shot at, and all that other stuff, you gonna come out with problems. You know what I'm saying? And hell, I'm 50 years old, and they admitting that, okay, yeah, you got problems, you got issues, and we're gonna fix. And they take my guns away and all that. I don't need my gun taken away because, you know what I'm saying? I'm at the point where, it's control. I'm controlling and all this other stuff, but yeah, I have a lot of guns. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to use them in that type of manner and all that other stuff. And I'm glad, but I'm like, hey, I think of other people in my position. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, it's like it needs to be controlled a lot more. We got to think better on we got to be more self-aware, first off. Remember back in the days when people used to say, hey, that person crazy. And don't call me crazy. Those used to be fighting words. Then it mellowed down to, you call me crazy and you laugh. Now you call me crazy. Hey, I'm crazy now. I'm crazy, where it's now like a badge of honor. And it's like a lot of things that shift them and change. You know what I'm saying? To where it's like, I wouldn't say honorable to be crazy, but people are walking around with the stigma to say, hey, I'm crazy. Expect me to do something stupid. Expect me to be out of character. Expect me to and be okay with it. And it's like, that's what it seemed like not our generation, but what's happening out there now. Like so many people using the terminology, hey, I'm crazy, and that really not.
Okay. Sean, speaking to your point about women, a lot of women having hysterectomies. A lot of Black women are having hysterectomies because of the hair products that they have been using for decades to
and the Johnson & Johnson baby powder.
Well, and that talcum powder. But to straighten their hair, they have been, it's been proven that those perms, to straighten your hair have gave people uterine cancer, and vaginal cancer, so the same things that we were trying to do to keep up with these Karens, you know, were killing us. So that. All right.
Me and my daughter was talking about that earlier, and I literally told my daughter, it's not like white people were out there saying, "Hey, follow me and look like me." I said, that's on ourselves. You know what I'm saying? This is stuff that we did to ourselves too. We knew what hair care products. We didn't know that hair care products was going to the brain and causing cancer and stuff like that. But there wasn't a white person out there saying, "Hey, y'all need to look like me."
But that's not true. That's not true though, Sean, because we could not wear our natural hair into these corporate environments, into the work environments. That was not welcome. So
right, but that's what I'm saying. It's only because we the ones that started straightening our hair. They wasn't telling us to straighten our hair before.
But they was not giving us jobs. They weren't giving us jobs with our regular hair. So what's the toss up?
Well, that's a good conversation to take up next week. We thank everybody for tuning in on the Rabble. and great show. Sonia, Jules, Sean, and the other two, Jamal, and what's the young lady name? Flawless. Yeah, it was good. Wonderful.
Yeah.
We appreciate everybody.
I hope y'all fare well in Savannah. Love y'all.
Yeah. Love you. Yeah.
Bernard, I'll call you after a while. I want to check up on that stone.
Okay then. All right. Y'all be good.
All right, peeps. Have a good
night,
week.
everybody. One love.
One love always.
Bye.
like that.